Hi, this is Darcy, and I'm here with my 2011 Kia Sportage. And I've been traveling for about a year and a half. And before I had any of this beautiful stuff, I had a point where it was just hard to get to everything. I had to move a lot of things to get into sleep mode. I had to move a lot of things to get to my clothes. Um, I talked to Jonnie about getting something built out for me. I finally took out my seats. I took out the bench seats and the front passenger seat, which opened it way up. I have a mansion now. And so we worked on doing some design here to give me some really good organization that I really needed. So I'm going to start in the back here with this unit, which is wonderful. I wanted like a push-out table that would give me some cooktop and some storage. A very deep storage drawer here is super nice. And then to take advantage of kind of this wasted space here, we wanted to use that, and she came up with this design that gives me some more space in here, ton of storage in here, so easy to access here for my cooking and the food and some other items that I don't necessarily get to all the time that are stacked in here. We left a spot here I use the Amazon tea jugs for my water and tea, and nice space there for that. And then we've had this kind of unused spot here, which was perfect for my paper towel holders. So this is a great cook station section, and get a little shade under my hatchback top here. I used to just really have a lot of trouble with that. So I feel so much more organized, and things are so much more accessible. And then back over here, in this side over here, she built me some shelves where I can get my clothes in there. Before, I used to have plastic tubs and pull-out drawers that were hard to get to, hard to access, and everything would get misshoveled and messed up. And this is so organized. I've got all my clothes rolled neatly and they stay that way. It's perfect. Then I also have my refrigerator in here, and I've got a nice spot for my power bank, which is wonderful. And I might back up a little bit and tell you about when I first started doing this a little over a year and a half ago. My children, my family, my sister, they were worried about my safety. Well, my one daughter thought I was absolutely crazy, and tried to explain to her that people are doing this. And I like to represent too, I'll just divert a moment, that you don't have to have an expensive van or a Class C or something like that. You can do it in a small SUV. I've been doing it. And they were worried about my safety. My sister was like, you're going to be drug off on a dirt road and murdered and whatnot. And my kids just thought I was crazy. So I've done enough travel. I've done a lot of pictures because I love taking photographs and traveling to the national parks and finding cute little unique cities or little towns along the way. And they've been seeing all my pictures, and it's been kind of funny how now they're saying, "Oh yeah, those were really pretty. Oh, that was beautiful there, Mom. Oh, where are you going next, Mom?" So they figured out that it's not as crazy as it is. And my sister, believe it or not, was like, "I'm so jealous of you." So it's great. But I like to think, we see a lot of van videos and all those kinds of things, of beautiful build outs in vans. And my purse does not allow me to get a van, but I've made the most of it. And now it's even better with what we've added here. So one other thing that, again, back to what my sister was concerned about, my safety. And I just have not felt scared at all. I typically stay in Cracker Barrels, Walmart parking lots, rest stops. I've even stayed in hospital parking lots. They don't know if you've got a patient there or not. And I've never once felt threatened. I do, I'll trust my gut. If I walk, if I plan to go to a Walmart and I get there, if I don't feel it's safe, I would leave. I've not had to do that yet, but I always have a plan B also. I've got bear spray with me when I'm in bear country, but if I had to use it on somebody, I would do that. And a couple of other things in my car for my safety. And I wear a road ID bracelet with my kids' contact information and whatnot, so that if I don't know, trip and fall and knock myself out, somebody knows who to contact. So those were some of the things that I told my kids and my sister. I've been responsible. I've got lots of things in place, and I think that made them feel better too. Okay, so let's go around this way and take a look on the side here. Okay, so here I've got my bed platform that Jonnie built out, and it provides so much storage underneath. I can access it through little peek holes underneath here, if you can see that. And I've got all this cubby hole space, because we know space is always premium for everybody, no matter what your vehicle is. My solar panels slide in here nicely. I have great access to my refrigerator while I'm in the car. And I can, by the way, I can sit on my bed and my head does not touch. Jonnie was very, cautious of that. We tried that out to make sure that I had a good, ability to sit upright. Of course, I can't stand, but that's okay. I've adapted to that. And I've got my power banks right there, and my fans, and all my clothes are so organized now. It's so much easier. I don't have to tear through things and then just shove them back in a bag, was what I was doing. And so this works out wonderfully. And over here, I utilize every space in my car. I've got little cubby holes here. I've got bear spray and suntan, like sunblock and that kind of thing. It's easy access. I always have some hand sanitizer in here. I also use, before I move on, the potty is over here too. And when we go back around the other side, we'll show you that. There's some more space here. As you can see, I've got a table underneath here. I've got extra storage for like extra paper towels and toilet paper. And I put my shoes back here, and my shower bag is in there. I have a wonderful, I think it's a 6 or 7 inch Milliard trifold mattress that's very, very comfortable. I sleep well in that. Yeah, and so that all works really well. I'll tell you what, let's go to the other side and we'll look at that potty situation. Okay, so the big question is always like, how do you go to the bathroom? So you can go to the bathroom in a Coleman ice chest. That's what I use. I got that with my friend Cindy that drives the Fiat. She uses one. I've got a lot of bags, and I use a pine pellet cat litter, and it takes care of everything. It's wonderful. I use a little kitty toilet seat on the top. As long as I don't get any bigger, that works just fine. I've got my kitty, the litter stored underneath my seat. I've got my fancy toilet paper holder here. I have a few other things like my wipes and things that we use to clean when we don't have a shower. Got more storage underneath my bed over there. I've got a lamp and a couple of other things, sometimes a bottle or two of wine. And then this kind of a stair step on the shelving was done here too, which helps me get up off the potty, which is nice. And I have access here to, if I want to make some coffee inside, it's wonderful. If I even wanted to cook in here with my windows cracked, I can do it here too if it's a rainy day. I hope you can see with this small vehicle that you really can do it in a small vehicle. It's very doable, even if it's not with all of a big build out. Like I said before, started out, I did it for over 1.5 years with my seats in there. But what was really interesting is that we weighed the seats, and then we weighed the wood and all this wonderful cabinetry that we put in, and I actually lost 82 pounds. I wish I could lose 82 pounds that easy, but and so yeah, and I actually increased on my gas mileage, went up 1 or 2 miles per gallon. So winner chicken dinner. And this is just the cherry on top, getting all this stuff and really now feeling organized, which is wonderful. And I take some longer trips and some shorter trips. Sometimes I go out a month or 2 at a time. I got to get back home to Nebraska to see my grandbabies. But that's I don't do it full time. I could if I wanted to, but I haven't done that yet. And I do keep everything in here because everything kind of neatly fits. So even when I'm at home, I have all this. My grandkids think it's pretty cool. And that. So yeah, thanks for listening and following my tour today. And we'll see you on the next video.